I'm leaving Enrique and his place on top of the Chicamocha Canyon, which he actually has for sale. And I'm heading down to the other side of the canyon. Super nice guy. Oh, and if you want to buy it, about 350 grand for 36 acres. 36 acres and a big house and 2, 4, 6, I think 12 places you can stay in. So and the view, incredible. There's the view. His house, yeah. Gracias por todo.
¿Está interesado en las cabañas?
Sí. Oh, muy bonito, gracias.
Cualquier cosa, pues, si interesa pues la compra, pues me informas, ¿eh?
Sí. Tu nombre, sí. Gracias.
Vaya bien.
He said, if you know anybody that wants to buy it, please give them my number. And this is around the corner. This is just, and then the road that I have to head down is over there. That's the crazy road. But I only have to be on it for about 8 kilometers, something like that. And then I turn. But yeah, what a place to stay. Oh, and he included breakfast as well. He didn't charge me for breakfast, so I paid $108,000, which was, what was that, $24, something in that range, including breakfast. And yeah, super happy. Time now, as of today, I am now heading south. South, well, not directly south, of course, meandering south. But yeah, time to start making my way to Patagonia very slowly. This is the road down to Zapatoca in Santander in Colombia. It's a small, tiny little village at the bottom of the Chicamocha Canyon, and I haven't been down here in, well, last time I was in Colombia it was 2018, it's 2025. Last time I came down it was dirt virtually the whole way. So have they paved everything? It would be interesting if they have, but I'm going to guess probably not. But yeah, it's a 12-kilometer ride down to the bottom. Very similar to riding down to Batapilas in the Copper Canyon in Mexico. Guys that used to say, oh yeah, you missed it 20 years ago, you know, it was a dirt road, and now it's easy for you guys. And yeah, 20 years ago it was like this. So if you want to have that kind of experience, I mean, there's loads of places like this around the world. It's just guys that ride Mexico and don't ride anywhere else don't know about this stuff. But so yesterday I did what is possibly one of the greatest mostly paved rides. Is coming out of Barichara. That's a view down the canyon. Coming out of Barichara and taking the back way to Zapatoca, and then coming into the canyon way at the other end, but the paved road, the twisties coming down are just incredible. Have a look down here if you can see. I'll just lift this up. So if you wanted to come down the national park, that's going to take you over there, and you can see where the road ends, a house, and the road ends. And you can see the old road as well. But we're going further around the canyon. Yeah, yesterday's ride was as a paved ride, well, probably about 60-70% paved, is absolutely incredible. This as a mostly dirt ride, again, absolutely incredible. You could, if you wanted to, you could get from Barichara down to Zapatoca in a day. The only problem is I couldn't get through to any of the hotels, so I didn't know if they had space. And as it was a Friday, you never know. People come up here from the city. So instead, I went and stayed on the very top of the canyon with Enrique. Today, I'm going to be riding down and through Zapatoca out to the other side to San Andreas, and then out towards Malaga. In a minute, you'll get to see the town, and it's nice that it's clear, because an hour ago this whole canyon was full of fog, so I just waited until the fog lifted. But yeah, this is one of those roads you do not want to make a mistake on, because if you do, chances are it's going to be the last mistake you'll ever make. There's a bunch of something going on down here. Roadworks or something. More paving happening. I guess you're only coming this way on a motorcycle today. This is the ride into the village, into the Puebla, bottom of the canyon, and it is hot. It is hot. It's just a beautiful little Colombian village that I found out about back in 2012. Just happened to be sitting somewhere in Pamplona and got talking to a guy, and he said, "Oh, have you been to Zapatoca?" And I went, "No." And he went, "Yeah, not many people know about it. Seems like a lot of people know about it now, but not many people back then knew about it." So it was very quiet and quaint, but now there's a couple of restaurants and people wandering around doing their thing. And it's all brown and white painted. There's, I think, three or four places to stay here. So there is there's a restaurant there to my left. Take this next left, and there's a little hotel hospitality down there, and then on the opposite side of the square, almost next to the police station, is another hospitality, and they have the craziest tree in the middle of the square. And behind one of these doors is a little tienda. You can go and get your sodas and beers and things. Hola, buenas. Hey. And the river from the other side of town runs under the streets of the town right here on this grating. Maybe I go and see the police and just make sure that that road is open. Where's Mr. Policeman? There's got to be one here. There's always a policeman somewhere. Yeah, there. Hola, buenas. Bien, okay, gracias.
Cuidado por la vía, no
Sí.
vaya para la vía.
Okay, sí, necesito viajar a Málaga. Sí.
Por ahí.
Okay, gracias, muchas gracias. And I go the wrong way around the square. Oh well. Oi, oi. So there's another place to stay that I've stayed right here. This one right here. But maybe not because it's for sale. Okay. And there's a restaurant there. There's very few places. There never used to be any restaurants here. So you had to kind of eat before you came down. And then this is the back way out. So if you understood, I was asking the policeman the road to San Andreas and then ultimately to go to Malaga to ask him if it was open, if there was any problems, because sometimes the river floods the road. He said yes, but then he went and double checked and came back and said, "Yep, go do it." So this was a dirt road the whole way out. So we'll see if it's still a dirt road the whole way out. It's a long way. It's probably 40 kilometers or more of uphill dirt stuff. There's the city swimming pool. But when you're in little towns like this in Colombia, that's not a bad thing to do. Just kind of make yourself known to the police, because you don't know if there's anything weird going on in these mountains. At least they know what's going on, and if there's a problem, they'll tell you don't go. And as I left, I looked in my mirror, and I think I saw him taking a photo of my license plate and of me. So, and the guy where I stayed last night, he had to take a photo of the bike and the plate and the type of bike because they need it for insurance. So they need to know. Basically, they ask where you were the day before, and then where you going today. So if you do disappear, they know a rough idea of where you went. And yeah. So this is kind of silty, sandy. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be like this with all the rain last night, but maybe there wasn't any rain down here. So this morning, let me show you where I came from on the other side of the canyon. So last night, I was staying on the top of that ridge right there. And you can just make out the road. And it comes down to the canyon. And the river is down. The river is down there. And from over there to where I am right now, on this dirt road, that was 2 hours. I just stopped down this dirt road to my right to get a photo looking up towards the bridge. I came past here, I think 2017, and I had to go way up on the hillside for the detour. And I just stopped for a drink, and I was asking him, I said, I was here 2017, 2018, the bridge was almost finished, and he just laughed, and he said, yeah, they finished it. And then they had problems with it. He said that the surface of it failed, and it completely buckled. So he said they spent millions and millions and millions, and they fixed it, and it failed, and they fixed it, and it failed, and they fixed it, and it failed. So, but now it's fixed. Very, very impressive for a bridge in the middle of nowhere, just outside of a tiny little town called San Andreas. But this bridge is probably worth more than the whole town combined. Easily more. But I forget where the road was, but I remember it was way up there somewhere, way up on the hillside. I'm going to stop here and see if we can take a photo.